listening to the Gentlemen's Club. 222-1941.
You guys are great, by the way. My boyfriend and I love listening to your guys' podcast.
My dream is to get on the radio with you people and mess with everybody like you do. It seems so hot.
My dream for you, Mark and Shane, to accompany me in a limo with a bunch of strippers.
You're just listening to the Gentlemen's Club. Love the show, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Greg. So
Don't butter us up.
No, butter us, baby.
It's Mark and Shane on the Gentlemen's Club.
Shane, this is a huge day in Gentlemen's Club history. We finally defeated our arch nemesis, Kimberly and Beck. They got fired this morning. Well, is it defeated or is it more they just kind of said racist stuff and then got fired? We didn't do anything.
Oh, Mark,
right?
to put it in football terms, if the NFL team goes out there, they're better, more powerful. They have a lot more money than the other team. But then they go out there and they just keep on fumbling the ball, and by ball I mean just spewing racist crap. And then they lose the game. That's still a win for the other team, and we're the other team. We're that lower paid, less successful other team.
Sure. And now
we're the Cincinnati Bengals.
It's Highlander rules in radio. I don't know if anybody knows this. It's Highlander rules. So now we are absorbing Kimberly and Beck's audience. You must listen to us now. You've been absorbed to our show.
Shout out to all the women from Pittsford. Shout out to all the women from Webster.
Yep.
Shout out to all the angry uncles that, are listening into on their way back home from Hamlin before the signal drops out.
Shout out to my mom. Welcome.
That's right. I forget that your parents are big fans.
They listened to the show that was on when my show was on.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, Mom. We are absorbing you. Well, let's just get to it. This is what got them fired.
Yeah.
Did you hear it yet?
Oh, I heard.
Oh, boy.
You can hear it. Fourth man also confirmed it.
Wait. Let's put some context. There's that video of the riots and protesting in the city. There's like a shop on Monroe Ave where they sell fire. I don't know what they sell. It's like fire ink, something like that. It's like maybe fire extinguishers.
I don't think that they sell fire.
They might sell fire.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of looters that were like hitting the owners with the biggest 2x4s I've ever seen. And then there was a question of whether one of the owners used a racial slur against one of the looters, and that's why they were hitting. It was awful situation all around. So naturally, what you want to do is put a little gasoline on that fire, right? That's called healing, Shane. That's healing. And that's what Kimberly and Beck were doing, obviously.
You can hear it. Fourth man also confirmed it. She called him the N-word. That's when they really went after her.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Were they acting N-wordish?
Oh, no.
There's your question.
They were acting thuggerly, I think. They're
Were they
thugs.
acting N-wordly?
Yeah. And by the way...
You can't say that. What are you doing?
No, were they acting that way?
No, you can't say...
Was their mom?
It's never a good reaction when your producer is turning into one of the Three Stooges. Come on! Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, you knucklehead!
Yeah, get on over here. What are you doing there? Come on!
So look, this is par for the course, though. Like, we are being a bunch of dumb sluts, Shane. If we're going to go, that Kimberly and Beck have never done anything like this before, ever. They've done stuff on par with this.
Well,
this is bad. It's all bad.
We're a little busy during their show, so I don't really listen. But from the clips I've heard before, it's generally it is a little bit more veiled, the racism. Now, I will grant you the veil, very thin. Very thin. Probably be used in pornography, maybe. Very thin. See-through. Okay. Almost as if it's not there.
Yeah.
It could just be a piece of plastic. It's very, very thin veil on that racism. But this is very overt and at the worst time.
Yeah. During riots and protesting about racial injustice in Rochester and the country. When it's veiled, it's like a dog whistle, right? When he said that they were being thugs, that's very dog whistle. That's telling racist people, hey, we're talking about black people, right? And when you say what she said, that's like a semi truck had a dog horn that they could pull, or like a barge, like a.
I mean, it's
like
definitely
that.
one of the crappy sound effects that they would use on their
Yeah,
show.
sure.
Taking
care of business. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I just don't think I know we know this because we are poor and on a show that less people listen to. But I don't think people understand how big they are. I think when you listen to the radio as just a general listener, you think like everybody's on equal levels, you know? They are gigantic. They're huge in Rochester. They make their station so much money, or made, and they make so much money. So this isn't new stuff. When they were hired, that station knew that this is what they were going to get. When the other station hired them and later fired them, they knew that's what they were going to get. When we essentially lose our jobs and they take this show, Shane, this station will know what they are getting. Everybody knows what they're getting, and everybody is like, I think it's just kind of phony, the firing. I think they should be fired. I think they shouldn't have been on air years ago spewing this crap. Years ago, they should have been fired and kicked out of this town. But everybody just kind of plays the game, you know, because they're getting so much money off of this crap.
Yeah. And I just want to say, too, like, like you were saying, this is obvious. Like, we know that this is what they do. This is the type of show that they do, right?
Always. Yeah, every day.
So it's not that surprising. You know, I applaud the Radio 951 for not dragging their feet and getting rid of those people. But in a time right now where we're all saying we need to do a better job of holding people accountable, you need to look at your family and friends that did enjoy their program, that are filling up the comment section on all of these news stories involving them, saying that they shouldn't have been fired or that they agree with what they said. You need to find those comments from your friends and family, and you need to really let them have it.
Yeah.
Because there is way too much of that. Like, I saw one, I think it was like Channel 13. I don't know why I always do it. I'm always in that comment section. I'm always lurking. That's how I just tell my friends to text me at this point. Just write something weirdly veiled racism in the Channel 13 comment section. I will see it.
Sure.
And it was upsetting how it was almost 50-50 of people like, these people are trash, you know, I'm glad they're fired. And then people like, I totally agree. You know, they're just saying what we're all thinking. It's like, okay, those are the people. This is the time to be like, oh, no, we don't agree with that.
Also,
white guy from Parrington, we don't agree.
Screw every radio show in Rochester and every TV personality that isn't saying anything, because they're not going to say stuff. None of them are saying anything. You got to have people in the industry also saying stuff and calling them out, but they're not gonna, because they're all scared. They're all scared that, you know, they won't get hired at some point, you know, in the future. They're going to lose their job or something, and they're going to get, because look, you know who's going to replace them, right? You know who it's going to be.
Not us?
Not us.
Oh,
It's going to be Bob Lonsberry. It is.
No
it's going to be Bob Lonsberry.
Dude, there's no way.
He already works for the company. They don't have to spend any money.
Okay.
They don't have to spend any money. Yeah. What do you mean? You get the same racist crap. That's the same audience.
Yeah.
It's going to be Bob. Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know.
Same old racist audience. Why wouldn't it be?
I feel like his audience is older and more thick with the racism.
Well, and a little folksier, you know?
I don't know.
So, yeah, so screw on
all
them.
And you know what's going to happen is what happened the last time with these douchebags. They're going
here. This is the only place they can come here.
It will cool down, and then they'll bring them back.
Oh, they'll rehire
They'll
them?
have some apology tour again, and we're going to be stuck in this endless loop.
Yeah, it's great.
Of them making Rochester look like terrible, terrible people.
We'll get your calls on at 222-1941. The Kimberly and Beck firing 222-1941.
You're listening to 94.1 The Zone.
94.1 The Zone.